This is Michaela and Joe, who just happen to love food as much as finding the perfect home. A neighborhood isn't just about the house, it's about the lifestyle, and that means spotlighting the eats that make each Portland neighborhood deliciously unique. And today they're setting off to Oregon Fish Co. Let's see what they have in store for us.
All right, so we are here it's right across the street from Marenco Station, right next to the platform district, right in between here. It is a fantastic spot. Neighborhoods, homes, apartments, shops, right outside the One Horse Tap House. They actually allow for patrons to bring in the food from the trucks that they have next door. I live pretty close to here, so I'm here quite a bit. So if you make a stop by, you see me, say hi. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to get here. There are too many good choices. Definitely going to get some chowder, right? You can't go seafood unless you're going to get a little bit of chowder. The question becomes, is it a cup or a bowl? The 6 oysters and 6 jumbo shrimp might be hard to pass up too. I don't know. I'm definitely going to take that into there and have my pint of beer to go with it. So we'll get you some video of what we decide on here.
No, literally.
I was a sales manager for Albacore Landing in Albacore, Washington. A larger seafood processor, if you will, offloading facility. That got a little bit corporate for my small town brain, and I just decided to split off on my own and start Oregon Fish Company. And so we kind of scaled back, wanted to be a little bit more community. That kind of struggled at first because we were all wholesale, buy for fishermen, harvesters, sell to distributors, and you don't really get any contact that way with your community or whatever. COVID came around and we tried to make a win out of a disaster because most of our customers only sold to restaurants. Restaurants disappeared.
Sure.
And people being people, they just started showing up at our door, pounding on the door. We literally had to start locking the door during the day.
Oh, wow.
Because they just wanted seafood, but they couldn't get it. So we started a retail element, do a home delivery once a week to try to help people. That came out of the COVID, just try to keep them connected with seafood. And then the cart thing here, this is something we just kind of stumbled into. We actually helped a customer of ours during the COVID process trying to restructure. We helped him get started, and he actually had this cart, and he did really well on it, and we tried to support him a lot, and he got a bigger cart, and he's doing really well. So we ended up buying this cart, and then next thing you know, me and my wife are out here saying hi to our friends and neighbors.
Aww.
and selling seafood. So I don't know. We lost the community we started for, and somehow just the way it worked out, we circled back around, and now we're doing this in the evenings. We can do with our community. We like it, and that was the whole idea of Oregon Fish Company, because it was global, it was so big, and realized that our local seafood was just the tiniest little speck of what seafood really was. And then it worked its way back that we brought it back to the smallest portion of it.
If you don't know, they drive to Oregon coast multiple times a week just to make that happen, and that's something that's really important to them. And on average, the fish only touches 2 hands before it's being served to you, which is incredible. So I'm curious to know why working with local fishermen and sustainability has been so important to you through this process.
Like I said, when I worked on the bigger side of it, I started. Until I got into the big side of seafood, I never realized how big seafood was globally. Oregon has an amazing abundance right in our backyard. And the winter's out, so the product leaves, and so a lot of times it leaves, and we have to take it back to the coast, which is so confusing to us. But I love to just it's like, don't let it hit I-5. Let's just keep it on the west side here, you know. But you can't do that to everything. It's a controversial topic. We're not into farm fish. The whole environmental thing of it, and that's not our position on it. Our position is it competes with our local fishermen, and our local fishermen, there's not just a crab fisherman or a black cod fisherman or a fisherman. They restructure their boats from season to season, and they try to get everything they can. So when you start ripping away something like wild salmon from our fisheries and competing with a farm product, the sustainability level goes a whole nother level, because we're taking away from our communities. I've lived here, is because that's kind of the whole thing. So it's sustainability is not only about the fisheries, it's about your community, and that's kind of what we're all about.
So if someone new was here visiting, what's your most recommended thing on the menu today? Because I know it changes.
I don't want to be arrogant, but we're probably going to sell out of everything we got today. And
I love it.
It was just really weather dependent. When it got cold, the chowder was just, we couldn't even make enough chowder. We're trying to learn and guess. Showcase Oregon when we can. Or the Oregon has a couple prime fisheries that are pink shrimp. Everybody calls it. It's actually cold water shrimp, but most people call it pink shrimp, salad shrimp, or something else. So we threw that on there today just because the season started. But the ceviche is always a top seller, and then of course oysters. We're oyster people. We had a lot of comments from people that follow the cart around a little bit. It just, especially on the west side, there's just not a lot of oyster influence. And the best raw oysters on the west side of Portland.
Ooh, you heard it here, folks.
The Torques just came in today. Rocos came in 2 days ago, straight from the harvester.
Well, thanks so much for your time.
Yeah. Literally, Idaho.
50% of his fish.
This looks amazing. Warren, tell us what we got.
You have a shrimp cocktail. That's an Argentinian red shrimp. Wild, all natural. We don't do anything farmed or any weird stuff. Super sweet. More like a crawfish or a lobster than some of your Gulf type shrimp. We think it works really well with a cocktail. Juanita's chips. We're big fans of Juanita's chips with seafood. This is our shrimp ceviche. That's what those come with. A little ají poke. It's just some fresh ají. Some sweet onions, scallions, a little shoyu poke sauce, and some fritake over top. Real simple. Over here we got some more Argentinian red shrimp. This is the 6x6, a different item obviously. And then these are the Torques oyster, which is actually out of New Torques Bay. So they're the most local oyster you can get, and they're really an amazing oyster. That whole bay is amazing. Jacobson sea salt, all those things come out of there. If you want to do your research on knee tarts, it's a special place. And this is just our clam chowder that we make in house. We make all the sauces in house, the cocktail sauce, poke sauce, everything we make in house. And yeah, that's it. A little clam chowder and a little some snacks.
Looks amazing. I'm starving. Thank you.
Yeah, I think the
Best seafood ever.
This is Jacob.
Okay, if you've stuck around to the end of this video, we're going to do a little giveaway. So you need to first follow LivPortland on Instagram. You need to follow Oregon Fish Co. on Instagram. And then comment fish. And we're going to put all of you folks into a drawing, and we'll whoever gets pulled gets a $50 gift card to Oregon Fish Co. So
you want to get that.
You want to get it.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Bye.